Coming up, a young man's fight against drunk driving. You won't believe his incredible story and his noble mission. Now on to a touching story. In 1998, Jonathan Mueller was a college freshman who was living a regular life. But on his way back from a Chinese restaurant with two friends in his car, he was struck head-on by a drunk driver. And as Donna Reyer found out, he's taking this tragedy and changing the lives of thousands of others.
As a result of the crash, Jonathan Mueller had a traumatic brain injury. He was in a coma for 2 months and in 5 different rehab centers. Jonathan knows how to overcome obstacles, and his message to students today: stand up for yourself.
All the students here listening to me today are just like I was. I was a smart kid like all of them, and I was put up against difficult decisions, and thank God I always made the correct decision, and I would hope and wish that they do the same.
Every year Jonathan comes to Arlington High School, and every year hundreds of students are mesmerized and inspired by this young hero.
With everything he's gone through, he still has a great perspective on life, and before the presentation today, they thought that just drunk driving affected themselves and getting tickets and everything. But with Jonathan coming and speaking today, that it more hit home that you can affect more people other than yourself.
That's why for over 10 years, Jonathan has been speaking at many Hudson Valley schools. His movie continues to be shown at the Dutchess County Impact Panel every month, and about 800 students packed Arlington's auditorium to hear Jonathan speak about the dangers of drinking and driving.
If you drink, you don't drive, because what are your parents going to be more upset with? Mom, Dad, can you pick me up? I've had a few drinks. You might get harassed in a crap the next day, but that's a lot better than we have your son at the Poughkeepsie Hospital in the ER.
There's no doubt in my mind that he has saved accidents, that he saved injuries, and that he saved lives. No doubt in my mind.
If one person heard me, then I did my job.
And good timing. Tonight is Arlington High School's junior prom.
I know that they'll remember me when they're out at their prom and graduation parties. I wasn't raised with alcohol in the house, so I drank a little too much Coca-Cola, but soda is bad, kids. Drink your milk.
Thanks so much, Donna. To learn more about Jonathan, just log on to www.jadd.org. Coming up, we introduce you to a man who knows all too well the dangers of drinking and driving, and he's speaking to our area's high schoolers in time for prom season. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Neighborhood News. I'm Shauna Ryan. The end of the school year is near, and with that is prom and graduation parties, and also the threat of drinking and driving. Experts say 70% of teens who go to parties will drink and drive. Inspirational speaker Jonathan Mueller knows firsthand the dangers of mixing the two, and he's warning teens to avoid making a risky decision that could hurt you or an innocent victim. Donna Reyer has the story.
13 years ago, Jonathan Mueller was hit by a drunk driver and suffered a traumatic brain injury. In a split second, his life went from an independent college freshman to a young man who has to depend on others just to get through his day. But Jonathan feels the accident happened for a reason.
I'm not getting religious with you, but God saw me and said, no, it is not his time yet. I have plans for Jonathan. He can go out and spread his story.
He told his story to hundreds of John Jay seniors just before prom, but surprisingly, he told it with optimism and humor.
He's very optimistic, and that we can all learn from his optimism.
Say I wasn't humorous, I would probably wake up angry at the world every day saying, why did this happen? I'm so upset. But, I wake up, I'm not smiling, but I have tools to use for me to smile.
And just before his presentation ended, he had the seniors make a promise to not drink and drive. Going forward and taking that pledge, do you take it seriously now, you think?
I definitely take it seriously. I think that drunk driving leads to unnecessary accidents.
I actually went to senior prom last year as a junior, and I was smart about it. No drugs, no alcohol. It's a lot of people think it's cool and all that, but it's really not. You want to be safe. It's better safe than sorry.
It's lead by example. It stinks to see that, but it shows everyone here what we should do.
And although most know what they should do before they get behind that wheel, it doesn't hurt to be reminded.
Do you feel like you're invincible? Do you feel like nothing can happen to you?
I mean, everybody feels like that.
I understand that teenagers think they are and will be saying to themselves, heck no, it will never happen to me. I can do it.
But it does happen, unfortunately. It does happen.
I am here to tell them, no, you cannot. And I hope that they all listen.
If you'd like to hear Jonathan's riveting story at your school, log on to JADD.org. For Neighborhood News, I'm Donna Reyer.